Before proceeding further, I need to bust some myths about memory. It is common that people take excuse of bad memory for not doing something in time. The truth is that memory is not a thing which can be good or bad. It is a process which can be performed well or not so well due to lack of training and learning. Biologically, memory capability of most human beings are almost equivalent, and anyone can perform like memory champions. There could be some people with extraordinary innate abilities, but we can consider them as exceptions. Some people believe that human brain ages the same way as other parts of the body. No, the aging of brain is quite different from other parts of the body. As the brain is capable of forming alternative cells in many parts, especially the memory-related parts, even in the old age. As we use brain more and more, its cognitive abilities are sharpened and keeps getting better for you whole lifetime. Research shows that our brain has a cognitive reserve of extremely large size, and anyone can use this reserve if trained. Some people make a statement that memory is a fixed volume of neurons in the brain. The fact is that neuron population keeps changing. In some phase of your life, it generally keeps increasing, and in another phase, say after around 40 years of age, it may reduce in some parts, while in many other parts, especially related to memory, the neurons can still be formed and replaced. This, however, depends on the way we use and train our brain. Interestingly, the information holding capacity of our brain is much higher than we will ever be able to use. Still, it can be called large space, but it is a dynamic arrangement. In fact, it is not exactly neurons which hold the information. It is supposed to be the synapses or pathways to neurons which needs a biochemical action for strengthening or forming memory. It is a myth when people say that only 10% of memory is used by an average person. The fact is that there is no quantification of how much a person has used his memory. Memory is like a sponge. It appears fully wet even when it absorbs quarter of its capacity. For every piece of information, it may keep multiple copies, and it can keep adjusting its information and is like a well where you can keep pouring water and still the level of water remains same. But be prepared to take more and more. There is no one in the world whose brain responded with memory full message. It is again a myth when some people say that memory can be cluttered with too much of information and stop learning new things when you have learned too much. The fact is that there is nothing like too much of information for human brain. Actually, it is a matter of our ability to organize things by applying the right techniques. One can have lot of cognitive overload by combining too many sources of information together, like receiving many sounds, images, and textual information together. But once information has been attended by our senses, any amount can be handled. So the limit can be our sense organs and not our memory. Obviously, it is our duty to organize it properly once it reaches our memory.
Next, we shall see some memory scenarios.